You ever walk into a room and just feel instantly overwhelmed? Not just by the people, but by literally everything. The lights, the sounds, the whole energy of the place. Well, today, we're going to dig into why some of us seem to feel things so intensely.
So, let's kick things off with a feeling that I bet is super familiar to a lot of you.
Seriously, think about it for a second. Does it ever feel like you're not just in a space, but that the space is kind of in you? Like you're a human sponge, just soaking up every single detail, whether you want to or not? Yeah, the feeling is like you're absorbing all these layers of sound and movement and conversations all at the same time. You're not just hearing one person talk, you're processing the hum of the air conditioner, the flicker of a screen out of the corner of your eye, the emotional vibe of a discussion happening way across the room all at once. That is a huge amount of information for your brain to be handling.
So what happens when you try to explain this feeling to someone? Well, that's when you usually get hit with a very common and, let's be honest, a totally unhelpful script.
And there it is, that phrase, "you're just too sensitive." Ugh, it's almost always meant to be dismissive, right? It frames this incredible awareness you have as some kind of personal failing, like you're just overreacting. It's a label that can make you feel really misunderstood, maybe even a little broken.
But what if we could just move past that simplistic label? What if there was an actual scientific concept that explains what's really going on? Well, turns out there is.
It's called high sensory processing sensitivity. And the two most important words here are neutral and inborn. This is not a disorder or a weakness. It's a personality trait, something you're born with. And the whole idea isn't about feeling more. It's about a greater depth of processing.
And this scientific way of looking at it, well, it leads us to the most powerful part of this entire idea. It's a complete reframe that can change everything about how you see this trait, turning it from what feels like a burden into a real strength. Okay, so this is the crucial shift right here. The old script, the one we've all heard, it calls it a weakness. But the reframe, the one backed by science, sees it as a highly responsive system that absorbs data with precision. See the difference? It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's like you're a high-resolution sensor in a world that's mostly standard definition.
I'm going to say that again because it's so important. Your brain isn't flawed, it is fine-tuned. Think of it like a highly sensitive studio microphone that picks up every subtle frequency while everyone else just picks up the main melody.
So, what is all this data we're talking about? Well, it's things like picking up on that slight hesitation in someone's voice, or noticing how the entire mood of a room changes the second someone new walks in. It's being deeply moved by the subtle complexities in a piece of music or art. This is a whole world of nuance that a lot of other people might just miss completely.
So, with this new understanding, this new lens, how does it actually change your perspective day to day? Let's explore what this all means for you.
This is the ultimate takeaway. That feeling of being totally overwhelmed isn't because you're feeling too much. It's because you're processing everything with incredible depth. The exhaustion you might feel, that's a result of your brain doing a very complex and detailed job constantly. And just recognizing that, that's the first step to managing your energy, knowing when to step back and just let your system recharge.
And that leaves us with a final thought. If your system is built for precision, for seeing the details, understanding the nuance, and sensing all the subtle shifts, how can you start to see that not as a burden, but as your own unique strength? What could you achieve with such a fine-tuned instrument? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.